gas your light out of it is fucking gross. You should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed of your actions, like your family is.
Oh, it's definitely not aggressive. I'm sick to my stomach. I am sick to my stomach because
the girl isn't being aggressive at all. She's just telling you how you made her feel, and you're dismissing her.
Feel like
back up. Let me explain to you, please.
Let me lie my way through this because it's public and I can't get out of it without looking like a dick.
Because I'm actually getting upset now.
Listen, who the fuck cares if you're upset? You walk around this app hurting people every fucking day. Nobody gives a shit if you're upset.
Because you're believing.
I'm gonna mute while you're talking.
Becca, listen to me. If you want to believe them, I do not want you on my platform. If you're not going to let me speak and tell you exactly how this fucking happened, then I don't want even you to be on my.
Even here, you're lying. Okay? You're lying. How it happens is you, once again, faked a whole fucking pregnancy. Okay? That's how it happens.
You can go over there with the haters. Okay? That's how I feel right now. What happened was I got my birth control pill out. Or the next one out. We were trying.
Word salad alert.
Mind you, Becca, I have endometriosis and adenomyosis, and I struggle with fertility. Okay. However, after getting the Nexplanon, we tried right away. And I had my period on the 22nd. It lasted like the end of September. And then I was tracking it. And then I have not got my period at all. And so it was a few weeks and my body was changing.
That sound familiar to anybody? Does that sound familiar to anybody new to this situation? Okay? Same script, different pregnancy.
Different pregnancy test that it was saying positive. And I didn't say anything to my family yet, even though I had 5 tests saying positive.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Hi, Mama Tot. I think the one that you showed on the internet had an evap line. You're a liar. It is sick that you take to this app platform and you fucking lie about stuff like this. Do you understand that? It is sick. It is disgusting. Any woman that supports you should be ashamed of themselves. You hurt people, Gabi. You hurt people. That's what you do here on this app. You don't have content. You lie. You rage bait.
Usually with the evaporation line, it's usually clear or it's usually white or whatever. And this one wasn't. It was actually the same color as the controlled line. So, turns out, like, I still haven't got my period. I'm like, Aaron, I don't think I'm pregnant. Something's going on here. I don't feel right. I was throwing up in the morning. I was throwing up at night. I felt really, really nauseous. I felt very sick. And then
maybe it's your fucking behavior that is making you sick. You know, they say that when you do such vile shit, you have a physical reaction to it. Maybe that's it. You should feel sick. You should feel sick every fucking day what you've done on this app. Every day.
Boobs were changing.
And nobody should let you forget it. Sorry. Maybe you fucking eat too much. You ate 12 meals yesterday.
They were like pregnancy boobs. I even asked my mom. I said, Mom, look at this. Like, this is not normal.
Pregnancy boobs like pregnancy veins, are they? Y'all, my email's a mess right now. Pregnancy boobs and pregnancy veins, are they similar? Also, triangulation, okay? She does this a lot. She triangulates to get somebody else to corroborate her bullshit. OBGYN said this. Nurse said this. Speech therapist said this. Teacher said this. CPS said this. Patterns, bitch. You have them.
And she goes, those are pregnant boobs. They were swollen. They had the bumps around the nipples. You could just see they were very heavy. And so my mom goes, this is odd. I've also had a few people, close friends on here, And I was kind of communicating with him, like, what do you think? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what to say, what to do. So a few more weeks just kind of kept going. And then my doctor was like, we need to go for a blood test.
But Gabi, you came in here and I was in your live.
So was I.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, you were like, it was confirmed. I'm pregnant. I'm so excited. Cam, what's in my
after the blood test, you got on this here internet and said it was confirmed. You did that. I was in that live. Okay.
A baby, and it just makes me sick to my stomach to think. And maybe, you know what, though, it's not even your fault. It's absolutely 100% my fault, because
it is not anybody's fault that they believe her manipulation. It's not on y'all. Y'all are just kind people, and you think that you believe her manipulation. She is a liar. That's what she does. She gaslights, she rage baits, she love bombs, and then she does this publicly because you ain't shit to her.
If I can just pop in quick.
What?
If I can just pop in quick. Hello, I didn't say my normal good afternoon, beautiful ladies, gentlemen. But if you noticed in the beginning when you were playing that, and she said the same thing she said to me.
Yep.
If you don't believe me, I don't need you as a supporter.
Yep.
She says it to everybody. So again, anybody listening, if you think you are her friend, and I'm going to remind you, that happened with me in 2023.
Right.
For anybody thinking, because I got in a couple of messages that were kind of awful.
Right. No, I tried to make that clear in the live as well yesterday. It was an old recording.
Yeah, and I just, explained that it was not recent. She does this to everybody. It's a pattern. She jumps from she jumps from person she wants to use in the way she wants to use them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys mean nothing to her.
Nothing.
Her own child don't even mean anything to her.
Hi, Riz. Also, the second I want you to notice here, the second that you voice something, listen to me. There are friends that I have. I don't agree with all of their actions. That's not what a friendship is. But the second that you attempt to be honest with her, you're not her friend.
And she says that she always wants you to be honest with her, but when you do, that's when she attacks you. And not only does she attack you, but her chat attacks you.
Yep. Well, it sucks for her because I don't think she has as much support as she thinks she does, okay? Because, Gabi, people that you're talking to are readily handing over screenshots, just so you're aware. You could get as many attorneys as you want. None of us are doing anything illegal, okay? You could try to pin it all on Brownie all you want. It has nothing to do with Brownie. You could collect all the screenshots and screen recordings that you want. There is nothing illegal going on here. I do not understand how many times I have to publicly denounce that I will not and do not condone people harassing you. Okay.
And as far as I know you, villain, if you know somebody that's continuously going over there and attacking after you said not to,
right,
I'm pretty positive you would block them.
I do not, and will never condone harassment. Okay. I've always been that way. Bring it back to Ashy Cat. Okay. I don't agree with texting. I don't agree with emailing. Yesterday, when she put her email in the bio, I was in the box of 3 and I said, please do not email her. Do not email her because she can't pin it on us, but she's going to try. It's never going to work because I have no problem submitting my devices for a forensic search. I don't.
And to be honest, I have never, since I've watched her, I guess, I have never seen her spiraling this bad. And if you people think that her sister is not in it, she is, or else she wouldn't go up and battle her, because her sister knows that people are going to throw money at her because it's going to piss Gabi off.
I think that I don't know. Listen, y'all, I don't know much about. The one thing that I know about Danny is she did a I'm sorry. She did a fundraiser for somebody with cancer and never produced receipts. That's all I pretty much know about her. But that's what I've heard, is that she's no better.
It's so much. It's just as much of a deep dive as it is with Gabby. I'm telling you.
Oh,
It's,
100%.
they go back and
I'm
forth
sure.
with this
Yeah,
fighting, and
right.
it's sick. The whole family is in with it, I believe, and the only one I'm concerned about is Cam and the dog. That's all. And
I'll
you
be
know, to
100%
be
honest. I can't, for the life of me, understand why somebody in that family is not trying to get that girl help.
because they're just as bad as her.
That's the only thing that I come up with, is that.
Yeah.
I'm not, I know she tells her chat this has been going on for 4 years. I've only really been talking about her since this last fake miscarriage anyway. Also, I don't threaten people. I don't do that. So you're gonna have a really hard time trying to pin any of that shit on us over here, because that's not what we do here.
And I'll let a little secret in is she manipulates the hell out of her mom / grandma. I mean, she tells her lies, and yeah, she believes her, but she's also, if you've watched clips and stuff from lives way back then, she is no better.
Right.
She has told Gabby, though, to get off the internet. That is one thing I can say. She has told her,
I
get
heard,
off the
I did hear
internet.
that. Somebody tagged me in a video the other day where she was telling her to get off the internet. And here's the thing. Now with the also, guess what? Facebook posts wasn't me either. Wasn't feisty, wasn't find out, wasn't brownie. So she's not understanding that there are legitimately thousands of people that she has pissed off or hurt. You can't just blame people for things they're not doing in a court of law. That's not how it goes. Okay.
Well, she thinks she can manipulate even the system because
It's not going to happen.
in some ways and shape and form she has.
Right.
Like the 2 addresses so she can get the assistance
And
she
that's,
wants.
here's the truth of it, right?
It's sad. It's really it's really sad. But yeah, you guys don't, if she can't care for her own child and how he feels and his emotions, she's definitely not going to care about anybody else.
See you here. I'm sorry, I gotta go off on a little tangent. Boss Liar, are you reaching out to people that I know? Are you trying to hate bond? It's kind of weird. Liar boss, get your shit together. Don't you have enough stuff to deal with? Because let me tell you something.
She doesn't have enough space in her phone.
If I can just say quick, I can kick me because my screen is blank.
You know what I do? I just send them the playlist, and then they could see how much of a fucking diluted witch you actually are. Okay? But I promise you, baby, I promise you, you don't want a piece of feisty. Okay? You don't want nothing to do with feisty. All right? Back away from feisty. Birdie, you know you're up here? Oh, sorry.
Can I get a mod to drop me because
Yeah.
my screen is blank?
I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
You're good. Sarah Smile, you know you're up here, hon?
I do. I wanted to say one thing, and
Oop. I don't know what just happened. You want to come back? Yeah, I'm trying to wait. Thanks, Sour Skittles.
that was wild. I don't know what
Sorry,
happened.
I don't know what happened.
That was weird. I had one thing to say, and I've been wanting to say this forever, but she gets on live, G does, and she says, "Y'all just want me off the internet, but what are y'all doing?" It makes me crazy because I guarantee you, all of us aren't on our phones and staring at perfect strangers for 17 to 24 hours a day. We actually have lives and get off and do stuff. It makes me Looney Tunes when she's like, "But what are y'all doing? Where are y'all's kids? Our kids are in school."
It was wild to me that I legitimately, like, I get in the box so that people know where to go. But other than that, happy Tuesday. But other than that, like, I'll sit in the box and I go about, like, I legitimately did a showing for the house, found an apartment, and went to lunch, and she was still on live doing nothing.
Yes, that right there. All of us are doing things. One of the Fearless accounts, she streams, but she took her son to school. She
Right.
came back, brought him home.
Right.
We do things.
Right. It's crazy to me. I also don't understand why she just sits there. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Raggedy. I also don't know why she just sits there and is like not even talking to her chat. Nothing.
Right. The way she ignores them is unbelievable. And then
Wild.
they just kiss her feet.
It's
I don't
crazy.
understand that.
I don't think she has as much support as she thinks she does. Also,
Agreed.
Gabby, you know what else you're never going to find in my chat? It is somebody threatening violence. You're not going to find that in my chat. So the fact that that was done in your chat today and you completely ignored it, did not denounce that behavior, it doesn't look good for you either. Okay?
Oh, that comment right there. She could be working while she is at school. Exactly. On Sunday, she said, yeah, my day tomorrow is going to be busy. She didn't work one order, did she, on Monday? Not one. She did nothing.
When my kids went to school, that's when I went back to college. But I'll tell you one thing. My house, you could eat off my motherfucking floors. It was so spotless. Okay?
Preach.
She just sits in a live doing other things. Yesterday I was dying with the storage. I could not imagine being so pressed, okay, about the storage that is not going to be proof of anything because nobody is breaking any fucking laws. Wild behavior to me.
You'd think that if she wanted to take legal action so badly, and this was such a thing that was taking up space in her head, that she would actually read the laws that she thinks are being broken.
No attorney would even take her seriously. Okay?
Exactly.
No attorney would take her seriously.
And then today, her mopping, that was so performative. That's all that was. It was a performance.
Yeah,
she didn't mop that floor.
No, honestly. Because he's another one. He has the ability to make her actor. Why hasn't he?
Right. He's scared of her.
Sorry, y'all. Black Dove, you know you're up here, hon?
Can you imagine her taking screenshots to a lawyer and what he would say or she would say?
I know what they would say. They would laugh at her. Lindsay, you know you're up here?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. I'm a silent watcher, but I don't understand what is so hard about admitting to hurting somebody.
I don't know.
If you hurt somebody, you own it and you apologize instead of taking the heat. I mean, it makes no sense to me. She knows that she has hurt thousands of people and has no accountability, no apology, just more excuses and excuses and excuses and lies.
Right. It's always, I always am in this situation, and honestly, I am always astounded that they don't understand that the road that they're taking causes much more damage than the one that they are, right? Aside from that, how the fuck do you sleep at night knowing how much you hurt people? That's not a good person.
Not at all. She's had so many people tell her how bad her actions,
100%.
her words have hurt them.
100%.
And she doubles down and
every time
has to come up with another lie, another excuse. And her words have genuinely hurt people.
Absolutely.
And she has no compassion or empathy or sympathy or anything. It's just all about her. And it's infuriating. My heart breaks I've gone through what she's lied about. And there's a huge community of women that have had to relive those situations because of her lies, and she has no accountability whatsoever.
None. That's exactly right.
Like, it would be painful for her to say the words, "I'm sorry."
Black Dove, do you know you're up here?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry if I piss people off with my video of Ashley, but I just thought it was a video her taking partial accountability of what is going on in her life. And I thought she did make a little bit of changes in her mental health by recognizing some of it. And
I
I thought I
haven't.
just had to acknowledge that.
You're good. I haven't. I'm so far from anything, Ashley. At this point, it's crazy.
I mean, she
I don't
missed
even know
a
what's
lot
going
of stuff. She didn't take accountability. I totally get that.
Right.
But I do see a little bit of growth, and I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, she's got a long way to go.
100%.
And I'm hoping, like, maybe, like, there is hope for some of these people out here if they get the help that they need. But I'll tell you, Gabi is like, I'm super, super concerned for her.
I
Because
agree.
she's starting to get in that totally delusional,
100%.
making things up. Like, yeah, I can see her on a Dateline episode
Right.
for sure.
She is not. There is so like she's so far out of the realm of reality at this point that it's concerning.
Exactly.
The perfect example of that is whenever Cam said, or sorry, C said the S word, and she said, "Well, everybody cusses." Well, no, they don't. Not everybody cusses, and not everybody cusses around their kids if they do.
I thought it
And
was
then
wild.
She doubled down and said Aaron did
I
it.
thought that was fucking wild. Okay.
With perfect video evidence of her doing it
Right.
24 hours before.
There was literally evidence of her doing it the day before.
Yeah,
And that's
she
another
believes
thing.
her lies.
I don't know that he's, I mean, I don't know for sure, right? But I don't know that he's aware of the things that she does and blames him for online. And I could tell you this, last night when I was sitting in 3, that man is fucking done with her shit.
Right. He's got something on him, something substantial.
Well,
I'm
I've
convinced
seen-
at this point.
The screenshots that I saw after yesterday's live, yeah, I think that he stays because she will absolutely use that kid as a weapon.
Well, she weaponizes everything. I couldn't imagine she wouldn't weaponize him. She weaponizes absolutely everything.
I sent you some things, kind of what we're talking about right now. I don't want to say anything unless you give the green light on specifically the first one that I sent you.
What broke my heart was when she was so, I don't know if it was yesterday, it was a replay and I didn't look at the dates, about her phone storage, and she was calling Apple. And you could hear C wake up, and he either wasn't feeling good or he just woke up, and it was the most soft-spoken asking mommy multiple times, and she didn't even lift her head up from that phone to acknowledge that he had called her multiple times.
Yeah, you're good, Jiggy.
That's gutting.
So, I was just looking in my gold mine. I gotta admit, I don't have a lot of stuff, but I did find some goodies. Ma'am, why is the story that you committed DV against Aaron, went into a facility, got yourself help, never did it again, but many of us were in a group chat with your family members, April 9th of 2023, where you guys got into an argument on live, about C and DCFS getting involved, and you proceeded to yell at Aaron, and then you proceeded to hit him, and his niece had to step in. So why are we continuing to lie about you being some changed woman and never committing any DV against him after this, but you're still hitting him? You're still hitting on that man.
The meeting girl's back, so I'm here. I'm ready for her to come play. I do have some questions that an LVT or an RVT would know, and she should know what those letters stand for. I do have a couple questions. Also, can you please wash your dog, because the white film that is all over it, I cannot imagine what your fingers feel like. Also, I fired 3 clients this week, and I am ready to play. So
Janelle, just like a PSA, she doesn't wash her hands. So something tells me that washing the dog is definitely out.
Oh God, I'm OCD about my hands. They're bleeding, busted. I mean, I'm bad about my hands. I wash them so much, they're all broken.
But have you seen the dog? Because his skin does look like this. The dog's fur looks a little like it doesn't look like it's got a healthy coat at all.
No, and everybody keeps saying, what's it mixed with? And she says, I'll bet you money. I will bet $100 right now if you DNA tested that dog, she's got greyhound in her, which is why she's got energy, which is why she needs to go move.
Hey guys, you know you're up here?
Yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt anybody.
You're good. I just want to make sure.
I just want to say something really quick.
Interrupt real quick, Dylan. I am now over on this account for the next couple of days, if you get what I'm saying. She is spiraling very badly. My appointment to speak, my attorney and I have an appointment tomorrow at 3:30 to speak with investigators.
Okay.
She still thinks I'm joking with her.
No.
But yeah, follow this account.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to say something real quick, and then I'm going to jump down. So I don't really cover Gabi all that much, but the one thing that does get me is the whole pregnancies things. I've had 6 losses and 1 stillbirth. It is nothing to joke about. It is something that trauma bonds you for life. It's not just something you get over in a few minutes. Guys, it's okay. You don't have to gift me, please. But my issue is I don't know how she can sleep at night, knowing what she's doing to other people. I mean, it's gross and disgusting. I also, for many, many years, did a nonprofit where people would send me information, if they wanted to, about when they lost their baby, you know, at what stage.
Right.
And I would make hats, blankets, jewelry, and send it to them at no cost. So, I mean, parents that have bonded over something this horrific, I don't wish this on my worst enemy.
I'm sorry. And y'all,
I lost the baby and she's never uttered the words to me. Nobody has ever talked about it. And I didn't even know until a couple years ago. My mom still can't talk about it. But what I will say, you guys, is I think at this point, honestly, she loves hurting people. It almost feels like she gets off on having the power to have enough on social media to hurt somebody. And I really feel that way right now.
It's almost like it's a power play for her. It makes her feel like she has power.
Yeah, it does. It feels like that right now. Yes.
Which one, Jiggy?
Whenever she smiles, that creepy smile she gives after she says something that she knows is triggering.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's wild behavior. I'm gonna drop down. I just wanted to say what I did, but I appreciate you, Villain. Thank you for everything.
Y'all, I know that there is a lot of women around that has experienced that type of loss, and I understand that people are really frustrated with the situation, right?
And I just want to let people know real quick, do not let people make you feel ashamed of losing something that you so desperately wanted, okay? My inbox, even though I do some awareness, my inbox is always open for those of you who need to just say their name. I will never put out your information. I will never tell anybody that you contacted me about it. Just say their name.
Yeah, it's gross. It's absolutely.
Tina, you know you're up here, hon?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was going to say, she's been triggering me and my wife because my wife's on hospice, and I'm having to deal with her, and plus, you know, listening to all this on live. But I am happy that y'all. Thanks, great. And y'all got a good heart for doing all this, and I do pray for all of you that's having to do this. But me and my wife, we have been triggered on her doing this pregnancy thing. Me and my wife, we sat down the other day and talked about it. I don't see why she's doing this. This is the second time. Second time. I remember the first time she done it.
It's
and
more
it's even
the
trickier.
fourth. This is the second time she's done it in 6 months.
Yeah. But I do pray for all of them that's having to deal with all this. Y'all have good hearts. And I pray for each and every one of you. But y'all doing a good job. Keep it up. I'm here for all of them, and I'll stand with y'all through all this. I'll be here for you.
I appreciate you, and I hope that you prayers for you, what you got going on.
Yep. And I'm gonna step down. I'll come
You're
up
good.
and
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Y'all, I've got a green screen. This text. Hold on. Can y'all see it?
Not great.
Yeah, it's gonna be the boxes. Hold on. How can I? Hold on.
If you just want to read it, can you read it while you're there? Or drop me?
Hold on. Trying to see if I could change the layout. It says, okay, not 2 days ago, but within the last 2 weeks, I were pissed off at him because he had told you not to yell at Cameron on live. You got mad. You told him, really, Aaron, we could get DCS called on us, and then turned it into an argument, and you hit him and got mad at him, and then it was a big fight for nothing. You did hit him and got all mad. Hold on, let me go back because I have the text in text. Hold on. The next one says, that's when you hit him that day. You could have just left, but you decided to get aggressive. This text is from April 9th. What year, Jiggy?
It's 2023.
Okay. So it wasn't a one-time incident?
No.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to go through. I got things going on.
There was a medication incident too, wasn't there at one point long ago?
She was medicating the baby.
Yeah, and Aaron got super mad about it, and Danny had thought that they were going to get like physical because they're known to get physical, and that's when Gabi went on live and made it seem like Aaron was getting physical with her. Like, she never came out and said it, but she was doing her typical like, oh no, he's super mad, he's so mad at me, all because she continued to dope him up.
Gotta admit, I don't know that living with her that I could keep my hands to myself, and I'm not defending him by any means. He should just leave, but I gotta be honest, I don't know that I could have kept my hands to myself with her. It's not an okay, but he needs to just get up and leave. If it's getting to that point, like, obviously.
So back when I was close with them, Aaron literally said to myself and to others like Rhea and Shay and all them that he was afraid to leave because he was afraid that she was going to hurt Cameron out of spite, just to hurt Aaron.
Yep.
I
firmly believe that is why he stays, because if he doesn't stay, she will weaponize that kid.
I would believe that. Yeah.
Ophelia, you still here? I see that. Yeah.
Well, the reason why I wanted to come up was yesterday you and I were in a Fearless live together.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, hey, somebody jump over there and let her know that, because she was talking about lawyer this and lawyer that, and she was going to sue us all and this and that. And you said, hey, somebody jump over there and let her know that she can't do anything. We're not breaking the law.
Nope.
So I jumped over on my other account and I went over there and I messaged her and I DM'd her and I said, hey, I just want to let you know we're not doing anything illegal, okay? So just get over yourself.
There's nothing being done illegal. And hold on, the dogs are gonna bark. I blocked her because she did come into my live yesterday. I blocked her for a reason, right? Because I know legally.
So I just went over there on my other account and I just sent her a DM and her response was, I mean, she's totally delulu. I mean, really, she's like totally lost it. Her response was, well, my lawyer's down here in Florida. I forward them to you from my other account. My lawyers and down here in my other state think otherwise. You are breaking the law. What you're doing is illegal.
She's wrong. She could take as many screenshots of her chat. It's never gonna be me, right? So what she's trying to do, all right?
I'm like, well, I said, well, we'll see you in court. I'm like, well, I said, bye, good day, we'll see you in court.
She
It
never
was
had an
just like
attorney with.
she's really delulu.
She is
Her
delusional. She's
mind,
100%
she really
delusional.
believes this shit.
But part of the problem is that her friends, right? The people that claim to be her friends is who I'm talking about right now, right? They are not telling her this is craziness. They are letting her live in these delusional in this state of delusion. There's nothing. She doesn't have a lawyer. She is actively trying to find one though, right?
If she has a lawyer, if she gets one, it's a cheap public defender who's desperate for money, and he's going to take her money and blow some smoke. They're not
a public defender with a civil case first. She didn't have a lawyer when she went into court with Find Out and Brownie, and she has been told no so many times. I'm not just talking about the filing. She has been gone from one person to the next, 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 to the next. All of them are telling her no. And she keeps on. What up, OG?
Well, you know, I had to come in. I had to pull over and come in when I heard about the dog. Because, you know, my motto is dogs because people suck. And this is a prime example.
Amen.
Agreed.
She is just so defiant. I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, you are so delulu. Whatever.
I do know, OG, in this situation is what I do know about the dog. Why I'm not, I know somebody's on it. Canine handler Chrissy, is that her name? She comes in sometimes. I know that she's got a handle on the dog. The dog, excuse me.
So I also am going to share it out to, it's Canine Goose. She's actually a dog handler and a chief of police. And I want her to, I've seen the dog.
Mm-hmm.
The dog's not that bad. I will tell you that a lot of it has to do with poor diet.
Attention.
So the fur is very dull looking.
Mm-hmm.
The dog's not underweight, but it is on the thin side.
If you,
The
I've
dog's
been
a-
playing. I was gonna
the
say I
dog
played a
is-
video last night, and you can see the big difference between November of 2023 till now in Coco. A
Oh.
big difference, yes.
Can somebody get Canine handler in here? Is she in here? Because she knows more. You know, in these types of situation, I typically, if somebody's dealing with it, it's not something that I get involved with, so it's not something that I know of, if you follow me. But I know that she did tell me that she was dealing with the dog, because when we first spoke about it, I was concerned about the dog, because I don't think that the dog gets enough attention like other things in that house, because she's too busy on a live doing fucking nothing, right? And the person came into my chat and she said she had it, and that's why I didn't, you know.
I'm not, yeah.
The OG, so
We'll
the
let
person
her-
that's above me, just an FYI, Gabby, she is one that helped with the whole Betsy incident. So please think that she's not going to get anything done, because you will be sadly mistaken.
OG gets it done.
The dog, body wise, and the way she is not. I mean, they wouldn't get her on anything that way. What bothers me is the way he smacks and does all that stuff with her. That is what really bothers
I saw
me.
that the other
Weight
day.
wise, skin wise, I mean, OG knows.
Yeah.
You know, they don't do much with a lot of those situations, but the way the kid treats that dog
Right.
is a
Yes,
problem.
I did see him hit the dog the other day with a toy or something.
And it was their fault because he clotheslined her with the leash, and they had Cam sitting in the middle of the floor while while he's, you know, Coco's chained up. And yeah, somebody just said they also abandoned animals in Illinois, so you guys know the fish and the bearded dragon, they abandoned them, left them in the apartment.
That's a charge.
I was trying to green screen.
I don't know, why did nothing ever happen with that?
I don't know, because Amanda, she worked in the apartment complex. They ended up taking the bearded dragon. I don't know what happened to the fish. And they were like exotic fish too, not just like a goldfish. Not that it matters,
because
but
isn't that's against laws in all 50 states, OG?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm pulled over on the side of the road.
You're good. You're good. I don't know, but if you can't just abandon. Lori does it too. So
Well, no. So what happened was I think it's her cousin took the bearded dragon originally, and then Amanda got a hold of the bearded dragon after they didn't want it anymore, or
yeah,
like,
you'll
couldn't
see.
afford it or whatever.
You'll see when she finds out that Amanda has it, she flips.
Yeah, and then the maintenance guys took the fish, but they were in the tank without like a filtration system for, like, I want to say like maybe like a day or two. So they were left there, but like not too long.
Oh, gee, would that count since they're not technically companion animals, dog, cat? Would those still count under those laws or no?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm not. This is all before, like a decent amount before I really started paying attention.
What I was gonna say is, like, in between when she's live and when at night, I am gonna start playing her old lives. I only have from November of 2023 till recent. But just to give new people a heads up on how she's been, how much she's changed about letting people in her boxes and why, all that stuff. So if you guys are ever bored in between, you can join my lives to watch
100%.
them.
I haven't necessarily gotten to the point where I started digging through old context, but I will. I will get there. But I am a fan of context, right?
Mm-hmm.
Context, timelines, all that shit makes a difference in my world. But that's fucked up that you just left them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the bearded dragon, so when her cousin, so I seen somebody say Anthony took it. No, Nicole and her husband took it. And they took great care of him. He was, getting the proper care, and they said he was in pretty bad care, or pretty bad shape when they first got him. And Gabi was supposed to give them money for him, like to take care of him, because it was just a temporary thing until they got into like wherever they were going to stay.
Yeah, I'm sure
and it ended up, Gabi was like, well, I want you to pay me for you taking my bearded dragon because I paid a lot of money for that. And they were like, no, no, which makes sense. They were putting
abandoned, right?
Yeah, they had to get a new cage. They had to get new lights. They had to get new everything. They had to basically start from fresh.
The audacity is wild.
And then I guess I don't know what happened between, I guess maybe like once they realized that it was a permanent situation, they kind of were like, oh, we didn't plan on keeping him permanently. And then that's when Amanda took him. And I don't know how Amanda, like I never really got into like the Amanda lore or anything like that. So I don't know how he's doing now.
Yeah, she found out that she went with Amanda when they were still staying with Karen, I believe, or right when they moved into her new apartment. It was right around there, and she was mad.
Nicole has said she's in here, and she is going to send Villain screenshots and stuff. Nicole's the one with the lizard, I'm guessing.
Yes, that is her cousin in some way.
And Danny's bearded is King Neo with the page, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So they both had beards.
Yes.
And somebody convinced Danny to give up King Neo, and I don't know. She watched and she seen and she drove and she picked up the lizard and then came back and
There's a different kind, like obviously, like people that neglect and abuse kids, like that's my real, right? But pets, if you could do that to pets, you get fucking nothing from me. Zero grace.
Oh, that's Nicole's husband up there, by the way.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm just at work, so I figure I'd hop in and say hi.
I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna get off.
You're good,
but
OJ.
I'll be watching you, and Gabi, bitch, fuck around and find out. I will take Coco. So keep going, bitch.
Thank you for what you did for all those dogs in the shelter, OG. I caught a clip.
OG's a beast. So you took her bearded. Was it in good condition?
No, it wasn't. So when I picked them up originally, I met with Aaron and Anthony at the hotel. Anthony, I know, had him in his trunk of the car. He had an outlet for the lights and heat. So like right after work, I do recall picking him up, blaring the heat. I'll have to email you all the pictures and everything.
100%.
Obviously, I have everything set aside right now, but I just don't have time to do it.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
You said you were at work. I'm glad that you're here to give some context. But I need to go back for a second. In the trunk of the car.
Yeah, so he was in the back of his SUV at the time when Anthony was driving it. So outside of that, I don't know if he still has it or not, but the contents is that I offered to watch him until January 1st, and they agreed upon the terms. And I made it very clear to the both of them, I would never sell him. I would absolutely find a good home for him. I screened quite a bit of people.
Right.
Amanda fell in the category of very local. It was a dead to winter. I didn't want to ship them because then they would be risking it.
And I'm not really I'm not familiar with reptiles or whatever they are. They need warmth, right?
Yeah, because they're essentially cold-blooded animals type deal where they do need the heat. With bearded dragons in particular, they require a lot of fresh fruit, fresh salad and everything every day. What I noticed when I had him or her, I don't know if it was a he or a she, it's just a lizard at that point.
Right.
It's pretty much gotten to the point where we just had our firstborn kid. And I'm sorry, that was my radio.
You're good. You're good.
But no, shoot. I forget what I was saying.
You were saying that you had just gotten
You just had your firstborn kid.
You just had a baby, right?
Yeah, I had my firstborn. On top of that, I had to take care of the wife and the dog.
Right.
And making sure, everything was taken care of. But then it got to the point where it was too much. Every day, having to miss the cage for the humidity levels to constantly cleaning up the poop was just absolutely insane.
And it wasn't necessarily your responsibility. It was supposed to be temporary. So there was
They're a lot of work. Reptiles are a lot of work.
Yeah, see, that's my sister has a couple of things in her room, but I'm not a fan. Right? If I like things with fur, but I thought that because she's always got like heat rocks and shit. Yeah. So when somebody said it was winter, I was like winter in the trunk of a car. Like, is that even?
So
That seems wrong to me,
Right, because he was in the trunk of the car because they wouldn't allow the lizard into the hotel. So Anthony was great enough to have an outlet already, and the heat was blaring, so he did survive that. But when I got him, I had received like a half rotten green pepper that needed to be thrown out at that point, mixed in with the kelp.
That's terrible, dude.
So I basically did this all on my own. Nicole helped out here and there, but it was my responsibility for that lizard.
Well, I'm glad that. Do you still have him?
No, he was just too much,
It's a lot. Listen, having animals. I know that people like it is a responsibility, right? It's
a toddler that never grows up, right? And you take on that responsibility for 15 years,
right? If you are, getting an animal, then it's like having another kid. It's not do the bare minimum. What up, Shadow Talk? It's not do the bare minimum just so you have an animal. Like, that's not fair. Listen, I had 5 guinea pigs. Do you know how much it cost me to feed them every week? But I did.
Expensive.
Right. I did it because they were my pets.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that people, like, there should be licenses for stuff like this. And if you have a history of abandoning animals, you shouldn't be able to get more.
Can I make a PSA too? Because Easter's coming up. Y'all, no bunnies for kids for Easter. Please don't go to places that have live chicks and crap for pictures, because you don't know what they do with them after they are no longer useful in these photography studios. No rabbits for Easter. I cannot say that enough.
Guinea pigs
Or
too.
guinea pigs. They bite. I have one at the shop, and the only reason I have him is because he was a carnival prize covered in pee and poop, and I knew if somebody got him, they'd throw him in the tub and he'd unalive. No bunnies.
And I just wanted to remind everybody that Gabby's pattern is, since the heat is really on, she's going to make that, oh, poor mental health things and unaliving innuendos. Don't fall for it.
Y'all, don't take
If you want to feel sorry for anybody, help her victims. Gabby and Danny both have received enough grace and enough help. They deserve no more from nobody.
I agree.
I agree. Mr. Nicole, sorry, I don't know your first name. But didn't she also offer, like, wasn't she, like, the conditions where she was supposed to give you, like, some money to help you, when you first took him? And then she ended up saying that she wanted you guys to pay, like, an X amount because she put so much money into getting him. And then she went on live and was like, I just lost all this money. I just want to make sure I'm, like, not, like, imagining this.
Yeah, that's when she found out Amanda had him. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so that will come to light. So give it time. I'm just gathering my thoughts up with this email with the wife. So that's pretty much where it lays. So you guys will find out.
Okay, I know I mentioned it earlier, and I just didn't want to, like, speak on something and then it not be correct because it was years ago. So, well, what, over a year now? So, yeah, that's crazy. And I know that I did see some comments in here, like, sidetracked, about Aaron getting custody of C and running. He was offered many options back then when he was, you know, expressing his concerns about wanting to leave, but he was afraid of what she would do. This was also when all the stuff when Danny put out there that he was SAC in some way. So I'm fully believe that if he was to do something like that, you know, Gabi already has a whole play in her head of what she's going to do.
100%. She's that type of woman, I could already tell you.
Yeah.
And all those that thought Danny had changed and was going to help get C out of this situation, last year after she started that shit, she told Shay and all of them she was going to get Cam and do all this stuff, and then she backed out and made a whole live about, well, I was just telling y'all what you wanted to hear. And then y'all see her just a couple of weeks ago say, he's not my business, but I can go on live and talk about him and get you all hyped up so you'll give me money when I battle, but don't expect me to do nothing.
Let's also not forget that, you know, Danny has been exposed for being or having predatory behaviors as well herself. So why would you send your nephew there or want to send a child anywhere near Danny? That's crazy work.
Exactly. And I'm going to repost those videos too of the slow grind, of the taking
Somebody
up for
just sent it
Ghost.
to my messenger. I saw it when I was trying to go through my notifications.
Amanda and Ghost, Jiggy, you probably remember this. I can't remember Amanda's screen name, but her boyfriend Ghost, which is the level 3 or 4 offender, that great 2 little 10-year-old girls. I've got video of Danny taking up for him, saying, well, people can change. No, pedophiles. The only way you change a pedophile is putting them 6 feet under.
There is a reason those 2 women have a fascination with people who have some form of predatory behaviors or spouses that are P3DOs. That's the company they keep, guys. Amen. Why? That's just anybody who thinks that a child is safe around them or anybody they associate with.
I wouldn't leave a goldfish in their care.
Listen, his mother is pimping him out to pedophiles. That's exactly what she did when she shared those pictures, was pimping out her son.
Can I so I've heard this talk about these pictures and messages. What was the supposed purpose for sending those pictures?
She wanted our advice on his diaper rash.
Okay.
So she sent the picture to many of us and said, "Look at his rash. What can I do to help clear this up?" Now, I don't know about some women, but most of us were like, "Oh, well, first of all, stop giving him apple." This is when she was giving him straight apple juice 24/7. That is going to make him have diarrhea anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had diarrhea for like 6 months straight, and she didn't know why.
And wasn't she putting him in the apple juice piss diapers for like hours at a time without changing him?
Yes, and his diarrhea diapers too. So, we were like, you need to get him into the doctor. The doctor said to stop giving him apple juice.
If she's listening to this live, I need a screen recording. She's blocked.
Yes. And also, Gabi, please take me or my friends to court, because I will be making sure that the CPS worker that we were in touch with in Illinois is there, and I will also make sure that the judge that
find out
will be, a safe place or something.
She did. Jiggy's been talking. She's been talking to me about her for years.
Not only that, is I just want to say, people that sit there and defend Danny when she's grinding on that little girl, I want you to watch that video slowly, okay? She said that she was teaching that little girl how to dance and just having some fun. Now, if you watch any other people that are P3DOs, the way that they look at their victim, watch the way that she is looking at that little girl, smiling. That is sick. It is sick.
There's a bunch of things. There are a bunch of red flags over there that are immediate no's to me. There's a lot. Well, she can. Okay, so listen, y'all. I know, like, some of y'all might be new to me, but I'm fucking intelligent. Okay, and I know what my laws and my rights are. Okay, I blocked her last night, anticipating her to come in here on another account, so that if she tries to fuck around and go to the court, she's the one stalking me legally under the eyes of the law. Okay.
Well, not only that, is you can definitely tell that when she is live in any of the Fearless accounts, if you are in that live, she is streaming that, or she is not streaming, but she is watching that live and recording it. You can tell how she's moving, how she's looking. When we say something, she, like you were saying, somebody was saying that she's not interacting with her chat. She all suddenly popped up and looked and started reading the chat. You all need to pay attention.
It's what's crazy to me is that there are people, right? There are people that are, I know that, let me try to explain this in the right way. I know that there are people in her chat that she thinks that are her friends. They're not. Okay? They're not. They are only there. I don't know why. Maybe they want attention too. I don't know. Right?
Some of them just want to wait till she fucks up and gets her.
Right. And so I could promise you that the support that she thinks she has, she is begging for an army everywhere, y'all. Text messages, DMs, everywhere. She is begging for an army. You're not getting it. I promise you.
Not only that, is just like I tried telling her in 2003. There is people in there that are trying to be close with you and be your friend just to get bad shit on you, to repost it so they can go live and get the attention. It's a cycle. People hang around the same type of people, and if you don't pay attention, you're not gonna see it. But if you pay attention, you see it. A lot of these people get the dirt on her just to go live to get gifts from people.
Y'all, she's live, she's paused, so they don't have to be live, but they will.
Yeah, it's really disturbing. And to think anybody that's got a child that has this mentality, what is that child gonna grow up like? That child needs help. And it's the only thing that I'm concerned about is that child and that dog. That is it.
But everybody be paid. It is getting to her because she doesn't have I'm hoping she realizes now the numbers that she had was all trolls that can't stand her. And I would still guess 75% of that chat is still a bunch of trolls trying to do what you guys are doing. So you guys don't get frustrated. It is working. It's clearly
on top of
working.
that, the first night that like when we first started, she said, "Oh, good, I won't have to have so many people in here anymore." Every comment that she makes against that, like in support of the blackout, ruins any legal case she'd have. If she had one, her own statements destroy them.
Not only that is if they think that Aaron would make only one troll account to go in and troll her and say bad shit.
Kristen, you know you're up here.
I don't think so. But I'm sure they have multiple troll accounts to go in and say
100%.
disgusting things.
100%.
I was going to tell you that if you type in the search, sorry to interrupt, Pretty Pause. Hey everybody, if you go in the search bar and type Gabi is,
right, not just that. Hold
no
on.
followers, no, it's weird.
The way that the court will see this, well, if they make one account, why wouldn't they make another one? Zero. Do you understand me? Once you are known for manufacturing, faking, doing shit like that, zero credibility. You would have no credibility in a court of law. Zero. None.
She's never going to take accountability because Mimi has always either covered it up or paid her way out. That is that. She has never been able to. She's never had to. I'm sure when
The
they were
sad thing
younger,
is, if she really got threats at any point, the scary part is nothing's going to be done about it because she's done so much of this herself. It's like LR and killing off Thaddy.
Correct.
How many times you gonna put Thaddy in the ground before
Unaliving, you know. Unaliving, mean girl.
Oh shit! I'm usually really good
You're
about
good.
that word. Sorry.
Do you guys find yourself talking like that often?
Yes. People look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like rugs. You know.
I would also never listen. In July is 5 years that I've been doing this. I have never. To fit that into something that I would do. And she is behind the scenes begging for an attorney. No attorney would take this seriously.
And I'll be honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Back when Ashley Cat and everything was going on with her, and Villain, you came up, and then in the beginning, halfway through the whole shit. Oh my
I didn't
God!
mean to do that. I'm sorry.
I couldn't stay. All I seen was, you know, this person telling all this stuff. I couldn't. But when you actually sit down and watch and listen and get to know you a little bit, even on the live like this, you're the nicest person. Like, I wish I could have more traits like you know, and be able to do more like you. Like, people think that they can't come in here because you're gonna say something. No, you only say the truth. You don't. And I think that's what you intimidated me. That's what
intimidates people.
But I always tell people, people think of say, oh, villain's coming. I'm like, stop saying that. Stop saying that.
I'm gonna correct you. Truth intimidates shitty people.
Yeah.
Agree.
And I saw someone shout out Dirty Dozens. Dirty Dozens!
And that's what's so
OG.
weird. These people, like, they make it like I'm like the boogeyman, right?
Yeah. And I just wanted to assure anybody over there that is listening, even you, Gabi, sit down and take a moment, because Villain is one of the most honest people that you're going to get. And if you really, really honestly wanted to try and change and be a better person and get off social media and turn your life around, I highly doubt that she would be bringing awareness to you.
I really think that, and here's another thing, right? I know that people, I'm not one of those people that believe in like lost causes, right? I really do believe that anybody has the ability to change. I do believe that, right? However, there has to be they have to admit that there's a problem in order to make that change. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that become topics in my conversations, they don't have the self-awareness to realize, there's no changing them. I just right to the wood chipper, a lot of these people, they lack the self-awareness to understand that their behavior is the problem.
Yeah, and I think for you're a problem solver in the sense that you can rectify problems, but if someone is wrong and they admit they're doing wrong, you will actually help them to
100%.
rectify the problem.
And see, that's what I wanted to try to get. I guess my words were wrong, but for anybody over there that is like on the edge, or just you're intimidated, or you don't really like the way Villain or anybody else in here does things, get to know the person a little bit, and I promise you, you're gonna want to talk to them, and you will confide in them. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I told Villain something that's going on that I haven't told nobody else, and I trusted her. Like, I could not stand her with Ashley Cat in the beginning. I could not. Like, if I could have stomped her, I would have. But now I would trust her with my animals.
But I think that there's a lot of people, right? Like, because I may come across abrasive, kinda, right? But
I never thought that though. Like when I first came across you on a live, I couldn't even tell you. I'd have to go back years and look at what account you were on.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. And I remember saying to you, you're like my spirit bestie. Like
people
You're
either
brutally
hate it,
honest.
right? They either hate it or I grow on them, right? It's one or the other. It's never like
I just loved you immediately though. I never had that.
But
See, I didn't.
A lot of people, they might be intimidated at first, right? But then once they start to pay attention, right? And a lot of people get confused, right? Your favorite villain. Like it's supposed to be a pun because I'm probably one of the kindest people that you'll ever know. You don't know how many people I help on the back end, and I never bring it public.
From the first time I ever spoke directly to you, directly on the phone, from jump, you were always calm, collected, and you resolve issues that, if I'm in a heated moment, I'm going to say what's on my mind, and it's not going to be good. But you're the little angel on my shoulder saying,
her, it wasn't intimidation, but I'm like, oh, she's an awful lot like me, so we may clash here because it just comes out, and I really thought I would not like you, but it obviously I'm here.
Right. It's once people see, but that's not true either. I do lash out, right? And I know that there's a very small group of people that somehow think that I claim to be perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I just try to do the right thing in every situation. Sometimes
not the Marg Hater Club.
Right. Sometimes the moves that I make, right, they might upset people. Not covering Lisa Richard. Don't ask me why, but because I stopped covering Lisa Richard, that means I'm okay with her scamming on the internet. No, that's not what it means.
Just throw an extender at her.
All right. Well, I love you. I just realized I was already following you.
All right. Well, I got to get going. I got some calls I got to answer here at work.
You're good.
Have a good day. Thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you very much for coming in.
There will be absolutely more in the email, more in particular towards the wife, what she done wrong with her and everything else. So. You'll have more info.
Okay, perfect. There's also in my link tree is my Facebook and my Insta. I've been checking those more, but whichever way is fine.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Yep, bye.
Bye.
I think a big thing with you, Margaret, is you expect people to treat you the way you treat them.
I agree.
Sometimes that bites us in the butt.
It does bite me in the butt a lot, and I think that I think like you see it a lot with people that like when we start on opposing sides, right? Like somebody that is over there supporting somebody else, right? And then they realize, oh shit, this girl over here was right. And so they come back, right? I understand. I know that people are like the grace that I give them, right? But I give grace because I've been in that position before, right? I understand how it is to be completely manipulated by somebody and think that they're a good person. I try to see the good in everybody. Unfortunately, some people just don't have good.
Yeah, and I just
It's
wanted
us.
to bring this
I'm
up,
telling you.
because I know she's watching.
Yeah.
Y- How do I put this? Okay.
She is
Nobody
live.
in particular, but you can be addicted to prescription drugs if your doctor
100%.
gives it to you. Now, if that being said,
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Go ahead.
if you feel that you need to reach out, because it is normal if you don't have them, you feel sick, you feel drained, you don't want to do nothing. If you feel like you need to reach out to anybody and try to get help for that, honestly, that would probably be your first step, is admitting that and getting help. Like I do believe that nobody is a lost cause, and it's sad because I can sit back and as much as she hurt me and has hurt everybody else, our feelings are valid, and I'm mad at her. I'm upset at her. I do not like her, but I want to see her get help. I want to see her the potential she has to be a good mother.
Not a singer. That the potential is not there. Okay.
A mother, person.
But yeah,
Cheerleader.
just to be a good mother to that